All right, day 2 here at DevOps Days in Austin, Texas. And I'm here with Dan Bode from Puppet Lads. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I've been having a great time here. This is actually my first DevOps Days. I've known about the event. I've followed the event for a long time, but this is actually my first time to make it out.
So you actually were on the provisioning panel yesterday. There was a whole bunch of different tools and companies that were represented. You were representing Puppet. So can you just give us a little bit about, for the uninitiated, what is Puppet?
So Puppet is a configuration management solution, or actually I would say platform. And really the basis of it is that it's all about understanding how to manage the state of machines in terms of the ability to discover what is the current state of a machine and the ability to use our simple DSL or domain-specific language to specify the desired state of machines. So really what Puppet does in essence is compare current to desired state. But of course, not a single potential state transition, but a group of state transitions and also relations about the order in which state transitions potentially need to run that actually start to build into more complex descriptions of infrastructure automation.
And so one thing that the moderator, Mr. Botchagaloop, John Willis, did yesterday was talk about everybody's sort of secret sauce or where they excelled within the various tools. What was the one that he pulled out for Puppet? I forget now.
I mean, for me, I would say that our secret sauce is the data. I mean, the secret sauce is how simple the model actually is. That it's you discover what is the current state, you specify some simple description of desired state, and then compare. Are they equal? And the other real secret sauce of Puppet is that we have the simplified DSL. So there's different layers of abstractions. So if you're more of a coder and you want to code in Ruby, you can in Puppet, but you would code in Ruby in order to build more simplified, a more simplified configuration abstraction layer for people who may want to think more about configuration and less about Ruby. And I think that the other big differentiator between Puppet and some of the other products is that dependencies are explicit, and this is one of the harder things for people to, I guess, initially accept, but it turns out that dependencies are really, really important for actually understanding how things should be configured and what the relationships are between things.
So now what would you see as the path forward for Puppet? What are some of the cool things you guys are looking to, not top secret, but what are some of the things you've talked about as coming up next?
It's all about the data. It is absolutely all about the data. So imagine that you now have this understanding of every time something changes on your system, you have this data of what was the old state, what is the new state. So it could be some old version of a package, some new version of a package. Maybe the content of some file has changed. We actually keep the diffs of that. Maybe it's that a service was off, now the service is on. We're capturing all of that data for all your systems. So it allows us to do some really interesting things in terms of understanding your infrastructure in terms of state transitions. And I think the other kind of interesting stuff that we're going to be doing going forward is we have a model where you can model through a centralized database resources between machines. So we're doing a lot of interesting work in trying to understand how we can model dependencies using our graph that the language enables, not only within a single machine, but across multiple machines.
Excellent. Dan Bode, thank you so much.
Great, thank you.